3, 2, 1.
We are live! Welcome to episode 63, you guys. We have a special guest on today.
Today's guest, Jeter the Tank Clark. He won by TKO in July. He's a accomplished jiu-jitsu guy here, fighting out of North Platte, Nebraska. So here he is, guys. Welcome, Jeter. How are you?
Pretty good. Thank you for having me on the show, brother.
Of course.
Oh, it's very, very loud.
That's good though. That's good. That's live. Yeah, I can move back a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know where you want to start. Where would you like to start off? Because I haven't seen you in person since we were at ADCC together. I think that's the last time.
Man, it hasn't been a while. We can start from, so what, that was 2023, correct?
Yeah.
Alright, so we could probably start from, May of 2023.
May of 2023.
Or June.
Okay.
Yeah, no, June.
June? Okay. Yeah, so, I mean, you take it away, bro. Whatever you want to talk about, let us know, and we'll get into it. So, just let us know. What do you do for fun? What do you do? Let the podcast know. Let my friend Alex know, too. He's here.
Yep.
He's the other host, but...
Alright, so, sports-wise, I play football, during the fall. I wrestle during the winter. The martial arts I do taekwondo. I'm a blue belt in that. I do jiu-jitsu. I box. I train Muay Thai, kickboxing.
Yeah.
And collectively, that's MMA.
Yeah. How many years have you been doing taekwondo?
I started taekwondo in 2021.
Dang, okay, so you got what? Now this is your 4th, 5th year?
Yep. It was around August of 2021. So still around my third, fourth year.
There's this dude named Charlie that me and my friend Alex have beef with.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he's just so annoying. But he got a black belt in karate or something in like 2 or 3 years. I just thought that was bonkers.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's something like on the topic of Nick Dojos, and that is something that enrages me. You know what that topic of Nick Dojos is?
Yeah.
Yeah, oh my goodness. I know what you're talking about, though. Them kids that'll go in there, like, to them karate gyms and even taekwondo gyms, and they'll be like, okay, even though you're under 18, we'll still give you your 3rd Dan black belt. And it's like,
yeah, dude, he has like a 3rd Dan black belt. I don't know how he got it. And then he threatens to beat everybody up. And just like, he's not respectful, and then on the inside, he's just a depressed, sad person,
Yeah, I know.
I know. That is something that is super crazy, too, is because, like, if you're a martial artist, that is one of your things, is that you're not going to go out and say, like, I'm going to beat you guys up. Because one of the biggest principles is you only fight when you're super provoked and you have to.
Yeah. Indeed. So you went 17, I want to say 17-5, or was it 3?
17-5.
17-5 in wrestling last season, which is super good. Like, for example, I know our friend Caden, he went 12-12, for example. Yeah. And this guy went 17-5.
Ooh.
So he's just an amazing wrestler. I know he started up a couple years ago with that. I know you won by TKO in July, which was amazing. That was an awesome fight. I got to watch that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, well, I know we fought, and he's beat me. I don't know how many times we fought. I think about 3, and he's beat me all 3 times, you guys. So this dude is the real deal. Yeah.
Wrestling? Dang.
No, grappling. Yeah, okay. Submission. Yeah, submission challenge and then, like, national ADCC stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, so okay, for the first time, like at submission challenge, right? You fought me. That was like probably, I had a sinus infection during that, and you choked me out, and that was probably the closest I've ever been to going unconscious in a fight. But yeah.
Like, for example, the other year choked me out for the first time.
I choked Alex out because he wanted to feel what it felt like with a triangle.
Oh my goodness, yeah, that's one of the funniest things, doing that to people when they're like, oh, I think I can hold my breath, when it's not about breath, it's about blood. And you're like, okay, and they just like,
they just fall over. Yeah, I've been choked unconscious twice. But when I fought you, I'm not like, bro, you got me so tight in that rear naked choke. It was like under my neck, and then once I let it in, bro, it was just like, oh my gosh, it was tight.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, and then you got me again with an arm triangle. I think you arm triangled me twice.
Might have been. I think
Which-
ADCC though. I think ADCC it was a rear naked too.
Oh, I don't even remember ADCC, to be honest with you. I remember is that, how come you traveled to Denver for fighting?
Well, so at home, my little brother, he has autism.
Yeah,
So my mom usually has to stay at home to watch him and stuff.
yeah.
So when it comes down to that, like grappling, I usually never box in Denver
Yeah.
or anything. Usually when it comes down to stuff like grappling, my team, Vicious Cycle, shout out by the way.
Yeah.
We usually just drive down as a team, just separate cars. Like I'll go with a couple guys from the club, and then a couple other guys from the club, and then some people might fly solo. Not fly, but you know what I mean. Fly
Yeah.
solo. And
No, that sounds like a vibe from Nebraska.
I know it's fun.
Do you know
And then we'll
my
all
do you
get, like-
do you know my buddy Rishi? He was helping Marco with the seminar the other day. Yeah, bro. Yeah,
Yep.
he's one of my coaches. I love him. He's always there when I compete. But he told me, I was talking to him last night, and he was like, "Yeah, I was with him," and I told him, I was like, "Yeah, Jeter's the real deal." I was like, "Yeah, he choked me out at ADCC, you know." Wait, okay, over
Well,
the
I think sorry for interrupting you.
No,
I
go
think
ahead.
I did meet Richie at ADCC. I
yeah,
think I met him.
yeah, possibly. I don't know if he competed there. I only had my dad at that one. I don't think I had a coach at that, which was not really a smart idea, but you know.
Yeah. Hey, it's ADCC.
Yeah.
Like, if you can get a chance to go, get a chance to go to that. You know.
If you get a chance to go, 100% no doubt you're going.
Yeah.
Okay, for the 3 times that you beat me, would you say ADCC was the best?
Yeah. I think that one was a bit tougher of a match, and I just came off of a loss from the first kid.
Yeah.
So it was kind of more of like a fire up. We gotta go. Let's get this going. This is ADCC. We gotta lock in. You know.
Yeah. Let's see. What was your least favorite fight you've ever grappled in? Like, which one, like, what was your toughest loss, you know? What was your, like, what was your best win, too?
My best win, my toughest loss. So, my toughest loss was against a kid. His name's Joshua, and I do not want to butcher his last name. It's something with an S, ends with a T. But he's super good. I grappled him when he was 15, and he was yellow and black at that time.
Wait a second.
And-
Wait, what's his last name? Joshua T?
Joshua S, ending in T.
Oh, okay. Because there's this dude named Joshua Trueblood, and I fought him my first time, and he was a yellow belt. Like, that was my first fight ever. And I had to fight a
Yeah,
yellow
I don't
belt.
know. It might have been the same person, but he was. I grappled him, and he's a blue belt now because he's 16. He was promoted immediately because he had the belt progress.
Mhm.
And so we grappled. It was one of them weight classes where you had to do a 2 out of 3,
Mhm.
and I had to grapple him. One of them was a real bracket. The other one was a 2 out of 3 bracket. No gi and gi.
Gotcha.
And the second no-gi match, we had grappled a little bit. We were in the tie-up, and he had my leg. I stopped down, and I hit an ankle pick. And so I had him by an ankle pick, and I got down, and I was in his guard, and he locked me up in a triangle. And then right as I was trying to ease out, my arm stuck out, and he wrenched the worst armbar I've ever been in. And I swear I couldn't move my arm for like the next couple of days. So that had to have been my toughest loss.
Okay, my gosh, yeah, that is. I would say mine was, I don't know, probably the ones you were pretty rough. I mean, at ADCC, it was pretty devastating to get choked at ADCC. It's kind of sad, but then we just kept going, and then I won like a week later. But
Yeah.
Okay, what was your best one? Was it ADCC?
My
Was it?
best win? Well, I really thought the ADCC one was a pretty big accomplishment. I also, I haven't been in the, jiu-jitsu competing in a while because of wrestling and football and stuff. It's, kind of took it up a lot of my time to compete. But I think my best win had to have come as, well, I got 2. Is that okay?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so the first one was this kid. It was in an absolute back-it-up submission challenge in Omaha. And so previously, he had to go against my sister, and he was way better. And my sister didn't have that much experience because she had trained at another gym, and so he kind of like destroyed her. And I felt mad because my sister had a strep throat at the time, so she wasn't feeling good. And so it was our turn. We had to go against each other, and the way I won was it was no-gi. He shot on me, tried to do like a double leg, and I picked him up in double underhooks, and I just tossed him
Oh my god.
straight down to the mat. And then I locked up in a Ezekiel choke, and he just tapped up immediately.
Oh my gosh. And then what was your other most accomplished one? What
This
did you
one technically wasn't a win because I lost on points in the end, but it was in a in-house tourney in Kearney, and we were grappling, and he had me by the back, and we went out of bounds, and when we went back inside, it was IBJJF rules, so he said, we're starting from the same spot. His legs are locked around, and right as they started the matchup again, I just locked in that when they have their ankles crossed right from the back. I locked that up immediately, and he tapped out. And then I gave it away on accident. I was like, was that legal? And he's like, what'd you do? And I said, like, a straight ankle from the back. And he said, no, that's not legal.
Ooh.
So I accidentally snitched on myself.
Hey, I mean, yeah, I would have not snitched on myself, but hey, if someone crosses their ankles and they tap, even if it's a disqualification, I still count that as a win. Even if you have to fight a little dirty, you know?
I know, because, like, that is one of the first things you learn, is that if you're trying to lock up for RNC or anything from the back, you never cross your ankles, unless it's a body lock.
Yeah. What else? Okay. And one of the biggest things I wanted to ask you was, how was your, boxing fight? Was it June, July?
It was July.
Okay. How did that go? Like, what was the moment you got there to the end of the fight? And then what was going through your mind when you knocked him out, basically TKO, whatever?
So, it was in town. I woke up not super early, but also not super late because I had wanted to get to weigh-in. I had already been on weight because the kid was way heavier, so I didn't have to cut any weight or be on any weight. So immediately we went over to our local coffee shop, and we got the entire team. It wasn't like the entire. When I say the entire team, it sounds like a bunch of people, but we got the two other kids fighting some coffee, and I got a coffee myself too. And so I drank that down. We went to weigh-in, made weight, hopped off the scale, talked to my buddies. They made weight and everything. It sounded good. So I hauled my little butt back home, and I just kind of chilled out. I was really nervous. I had that like sickening butterfly stomach feel, even though I knew that I could win this one. So I kind of just hung out. I like hit the bag to warm up a little bit in my basement, and then we got back, and I realized I was the second to last fight on the card, meaning that I had a long time to wait. So I kind of just went in there and just talking to everybody because it was local, it was in town, and I mean, I've trained at 3 different gyms in town, which is all the gyms in town.
Yeah.
So like, there's almost everybody there knew me. And I'm not trying to say that to toot my own horn, but almost everyone there knew me. So we were just talking, and eventually it was time to get into my outfit. So I went to the bathroom, got all suited up, and then that was another like 20 minutes of waiting, kind of sitting around. And then they had an intermission, which was perfect because it was right before my fight. So my coach, JJ, shout out JJ, he brought the pads out, and I put my nut cup in, put the headgear on, started banging on the pads, and like I was just thinking, like, oh my gosh, I mean, this is it. If I go 0-5, I mean, I don't know what's up. I was like, this kid's way taller. I just gotta hit the body, gotta go. That's what my coach was telling me. And so we banged up some pads, hyped up my buddy who had to fight right after me, and then we went out there right before intermission ended. And I was just sitting in there, eyeing down who I had to fight. And then we went in, and it was like, you want me to describe the fight, or do you need?
Yeah,
or do
go
you have
ahead.
questions?
Describe it. Yeah.
All right, so I went out there, and it was the start. Walked up to the ring. I did my little goofy thing that I do, like I act like I'm bobbing and weaving, flipping and rolling under the rope. Then I get in, hop into the ring, do a little jump, bow, because not much people in rings bow because it's not really affiliated. If you're a boxer, you don't really bow to mat. But I bowed, and then I just gave that kid the meanest stare down I ever had. Usually I'm pacing, and I'm, kind of watching him, but I gave that kid a stare down. I was smirking and everything. We came up to do a face-off, and I saw it in his eyes. He was trying to look behind me because he was trying to make it look like he was looking at me, but he was looking behind me. And so I was just bouncing, looking at him, watching him. And mind you, I was way shorter than him. Like, it was funny, though. And I was just, hunting him down. And we came back. Brett was like, all right, box, hit the ding, ding, ding.
Yeah.
I went out there, and I was like, all right, Jeter, be calm, hit the body. And I go out there, and I throw the first jab, and the first jab connects on his nose so perfectly. And it was like that point in Finding Nemo where the shark smells blood. He's like, ooh. So I was just like, boom. And so I just go in there, boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And I threw, I don't know, me and the club, we joke about it. It's like, this is the first kid to beat Muhammad Ali's record of 12 punches in 2 seconds. Because I was so excited, I was running, boom, 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 boom. And, yeah, so... But after, the first 30 seconds, I slowed down. I didn't slow down. I just kind of paced myself a little bit more.
Yeah.
And pushed him to the ropes, threw a couple body shots, and then cracked him in the head. And what I remember most about that first round is what got me that first standing 8 count was I saw him fixing his headgear. And I know it's kind of a cheap shot as they're fixing headgear to hit him. But, I knew this was a sanctioned fight. This ain't no sparring match. This is in front of people.
Protect yourself at all times, so...
I know this is for a trophy. This is for a mark on your record. So I saw him fixing his headgear, and instead of being in my stance, I ran at him. I straight up ran at him, cracked him, boom, and then I just slipped under his punches, boom, 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 and then boom. The ref was standing 8, which is once they're hurt enough, even if they're not knocked down, they have to count to 8 for them in amateurs to make sure they're okay. So then that was over. The first round it ended. I was pretty tired, but I was enough to keep myself through the fight.
Yeah.
Second round, I go out there, we start banging again. Second round was a little bit more relaxed. This was my pace myself match. Until the very end, I started spacing myself apart, and then the ref was starting to say, you guys gotta fight. It wasn't like Yoel Romero versus Israel Adesanya type stuff, but I had slowed down, and the ref was like, "Got throw something," so I started throwing on him, and I had gassed myself out completely. Third round, or end of second round, here, let me backtrack. It was a good round, but there wasn't anything highlights in there. It was just me kind of cracking him. But yeah, he landed a couple good shots, but my distance was too good and everything like that for him to be able to do anything. Sorry. We had went, at the end of the second round, and I had went back to my corner. It was like, I can't breathe. And my coach goes, Jeter, are you serious? You're talking to me right now. You can breathe. Don't do this. Don't do this. If you're up 2 right now. If you're gonna say this because you can't breathe, you're gonna throw this away. I'm gonna make you run until you die. And so I was like, okay. And he had me ring, he wanted me to get my arms up in the air so I could breathe better. And my water boy was squirting water in my mouth. It was crazy. I was so tired. And we went out there, and the start of the third round was a lot like the end of the second. A little boring, but I still had been hitting some good shots. And eventually, at that 20-second, or eventually at that 40-second mark, I just upped the gas. Boom, 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 boom. And I hit in a standing 8 count. Another one. And so, of course, 2 standing 8 counts, that's the most I've ever gotten in a fight. So yeah. I was kind of ecstatic, so I started celebrating. And turns out, when you get an 8 count in boxing, you're supposed to go to the neutral corner, meaning it's not the other guy's corner, it's not your corner, and it's the closest corner to you. So I went diagonal, straight to my corner with my coach. So I started celebrating, I was looking at him, and the ref goes, what are you doing? Go back to that corner. And I was like, oh. So I had to do this funny little jig jog to it. And we made it there, gave the 8 count, and started banging on him again. Just boom, 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 boom. And got outside of everything, got outside distance-wise, and slipping punches cracking him. And I eventually started to slow down just a little bit again. Then I hear that, like, my coach just go, there's 30 seconds left, let's go. And I start the kid was tired too. I start the combination off with a 1-2, and he gets put to the corner. I duck under 3, just a hard lead hook. And then a 4, like an overhand right that cracked it straight on the dome. And then he kept banging on it, and eventually I had him in the corner, and I pushed him so he got off balance, and I cracked him 3 more times. And then for the final punch, I cracked him with the right hand. The ref goes, stop. And I look over, I'm like, what? Because I'm so tired. He's like, what? And the ref goes, it's over. He starts waving, like, signaling it's over. And I just immediately went over to my mom, like, because she was on the other side. I immediately went over to her and one of my best friends, Avery Mann. She'd been in the whole deal of boxing and jiu-jitsu with me for a long time. And we were just screaming at each other, la, 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 la. And then I went over to my coach after they had took my opponent out of my corner. And I was so tired, and he was shaking me up and down like, oh my gosh, you did it. I was like, stop, I'm about to throw up on you. And so, yeah, but it was great. I was so emotional, though, like, first win of boxing ever. I got back to the middle of the ring, and I had known that ref for a long time. He refed my first fight. And I looked at him, and I was like, I finally did it. I was like, that little chubby boy from 2022 finally did it. And I, like a tear started to roll down. He whispered into my ear before he raised my hand. He says, the cameras are out. Don't start crying. You're going to look bad. And then he raised my hand, and I just did my whole celebratory thing. And, yeah, went out, had to recuperate myself in the warm-up room, got out, watched my buddy fight, Crew Jarvis. And, yeah, so it was a great night.
Dang. That is, oh my gosh. That is just another story, bro. That is crazy. That is, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, so congratulations on that. Do you celebrate after you win a fight usually? Like, do you do anything? Like grappling, wrestling, like boxing, like?
I mean, I think this is the same for a lot of people, but, I mean, for me, if it's football, it could be track even, anything. Any sport, after doing something good in that sport, I'm going to a place I love, and I'm getting a boatload of food to eat. Because I'm like, you know what, like, right now I'm cutting, so I've been, like, having to, like, just eat, like, rice cakes and quinoa and chicken. But, like, dude, after a big match or something, like, one time I downed 3 Caniac combos from Raising Cane's.
Oh my gosh, 3 Caniac combos.
That's like literally like 18 chicken fingers, and I just downed them all because I was so like pumped.
So like, after your match, like directly after you win, like do you celebrate? Like, say you pin someone, you submit someone, you knock someone out. Do you celebrate? Like, do you like throw your hands up or anything?
Oh yeah, and like in that boxing match, man, I was going crazy. I was banging on the ropes. I was like shaking them up and down. I was pumping my arms. I was blowing kisses to God. Amen. I was just doing everything. I mean, it might have been, like, if you rewatch the video, it might have been a little too much, but still, like,
I get it. What about wrestling? Do you celebrate jiu-jitsu? You celebrate, like?
For wrestling, I'm a little bit more toned down because the coaches kind of base it on respect, and also the referees do. Because, like, in boxing, it's only one match, so they don't really care if you celebrate. And the referees will sometimes be like, hey, be a sportsman, Mike, because they're all old men. But, so in wrestling, I'm a little bit more, held back. Like, the most I ever celebrated was I did to get second place in one of the biggest tournaments of the season. And I pinned him, and he'd given me hard match, a tournament before. And I pinned him, and I started flexing at my buddy's camera. And then my coach was still mad at me. He was like, hey, be respectful. And then another time was the first time I got first place at a wrestling meet was the first meet of this season. And that last kid I started banging on the mat like I was a gorilla. and the refs got mad at me for that.
Yeah, I celebrated, the first time I started celebrating was on my second gold medal, right? And the ref raised my hand and I started dancing, and they didn't get mad at that. And then my third gold medal and the one, like, in June I won, I did a cross and I, like, pointed to God, right? Amen again, right? But they got pressed at that, so.
Yeah. I don't really, like, gosh, it's been so long since I've competed in jiu-jitsu, though. Like, I still train regularly when it's not wrestling season. But, like, if I win in jiu-jitsu, what I did that one time I beat that kid that I had my best match against, I just hit this thing, because I used to do this goofy thing, because, like, you know, I still keep the nickname of the tank, but I used to use this goofy celebration on my first jiu-jitsu match, right before, because they did announcers' names.
Yeah.
And then the time that I won, I did this thing where I acted like I was shooting off a rocket launcher, and then I did this explosion thing with my hand, so it looked like an explosion that I flexed. It was so cringy, but that's what I used to do.
Yeah,
as like a jiu-jitsu.
everyone has their celebration. I usually, like, point or I dance. You know, I don't know. It just depends. But, what else? You should sign up for Submission Challenge in April.
Oh, sure, yeah. I was thinking about getting back into jiu-jitsu competitions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then in Taekwondo, you usually just don't celebrate in Taekwondo because it's more of a formal martial art.
Yeah. So, like,
sparring's all.
What's your record
Wait,
in? Your record in wrestling's amazing, I know, and I'm not judging your record either. But what is it in boxing, and then?
Okay, so in boxing, it's 1-4 right now.
Okay.
And then what was the other ones you wanted to hear?
I think I know your jiu-jitsu one because I think I've seen your profile. I think that I was just curious about the boxing because I know you said you didn't win since like July, and I was like, huh. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really judge people off records. I mean, everyone gets experience and stuff. I have a terrible record, I'll tell you that. But
yeah, like I don't know. Like I hate to be one of them kids who like denies their losses, and I will never deny a loss. But I mean, when you take a look at it, this win was from 2024, and I've only fought 2 fights in 2024 in boxing. And all my other fights, my first 2 fights were in 2022. My third fight was in 2023. In 2023, I fought a kid who had 19 fights and was a year older than me, and he was way taller too.
yeah.
And so that was like kind of like a death wish. And then my first 2 fights, the first kid was 15 pounds over the weight class,
Oh my god.
who had also been boxing like almost all of his life. Like he had his brother was a super good boxer, and they just trained together because they were twins. I know that sounds crazy. That sounds out of the blue. But like they were twins too. It's weird.
Yeah.
And and then my second fight, I'm gonna say this, and I think a lot of people agree with me on it. It was a robbery. The kid did more point scoring, like tapping me, and I thought I cracked him. I almost dropped him in the end of the second round. I hit him so hard that he tried to do that fake thing where they act like they're slipping and rolling, but
Yeah.
really they just got rocked. Like his elbows almost touched the floor. He was like, ugh! And he got back up and started acting like, oh, nothing happened. You know?
Yeah, well, you know, I really don't like people who point fight. There's a time and a place for it, but my fight in October, I fought this kid, and he just, once he got me down, like, I pulled guard, and I don't know. I sometimes pull guard in gi, never no gi. But, I would do that, and he passed my guard, right, which is not a big deal, right? I'm going to work from other positions. But then he started hopping back and forth and out and just point fighting. Dude stacked up like 26 points from that.
Goodness. Well, there's a thing in wrestling where, like, I completely agree with you on, like, jiu-jitsu and stuff. Like, during live rolling, there's some older guys that'll do that. Come on, bro. That's, like, I know you're trying to do this to be funny and stuff, and it's like, well, technically in a match it would, but, like, bro, come on.
Like, it is a strategy, but it's kind of just annoying. Like, it's not... I don't like point fighting, but,
Yeah, and then, but truly in wrestling, going for points is actually, like, a really good strategy because of, like, the fact that, if you can get 15 points or more than someone, that's considered a tech ball, and you automatically win the match. Kind of like if you score 50 before halftime in football, they call that a mercy call, and they call the game. they'll just be like, okay, well, you've technically pinned him because you scored on him so much.
I
So
see.
like if you get somebody who's like way worse than you, or somebody that you know you can tech, it's cool to get techs because techs are crazy for your record and they're crazy for your team scoring as well.
I
Like
see.
you can rank up 10 points for your team if you can get a tech.
Yeah. No, so yeah, that's sick, yeah. And okay, have you ever been choked or knocked unconscious?
I've never been choked unconscious. I mean, like, not in live rolling or anything. I've never been like choked unconscious. I've been choked unconscious by one of my friends because we've done some stupid thing like, however old you are, that's how much you get choked out for you're not touching your chin. And it was the day I turned like 14, so I was like, okay. And he's like, what? And I was like, oh my gosh, and that's a whole different story. But yeah, I know
Isn't
how
it funny when you wake up from that?
Oh yeah, it's funny, but it's freaky. Like when I got choked out, it was like it looked like I was in a vortex.
Yeah, that's how most people describe it. I've been choked out a lot, like twice, not that much. One from my friend choked me out the other day, Alex here, and I choked him too, just to see what it felt like. But the time before that, I got choked out with a Von Flu choke. So.
Oh goodness, Von Flus because I love jumping gillies. I love when people shoot doubles and I just try to jump the gilly because like sometimes my falling game isn't that good on bigger guys. So yeah, I get what you mean. Just put Von Flus after doing the dumb guillotine.
Yeah, but I'm excited because I'm competing actually this week, and I'm fighting on Saturday in a pit, so I'm super hyped.
In a pit?
Yeah, in a pit.
That's sick, dude. That's actually awesome.
Yeah.
I got a match, not this week, but next week. It's gonna be duels, so duels are like way more, like, I don't know how to describe it, more big deal, you know, because it's only one match, you guys are on one mat, just one team against one team, so, yeah, but I'm excited for you, man.
Yeah, thank you. I'm super excited, you know, I'm just making sure the weight's good and stuff, just making sure I'm ready. I trained today, so, you know, I actually buzzed my hair yesterday, too. I shaved it all off.
I think I saw that. You sent me a photo.
Yeah, bro. It went all off. It's like, you know what? I'm gonna do it, so I did. Stuck to my word.
So, yeah, if you don't mind me asking, what weight class are you grappling at?
I'm going 150 to 175.
Guys, what weight are you on right now? If you don't mind me
Around
asking.
167, I think.
All right, cool.
But after you eat and stuff, then it goes to like 170, and then, you know. So I just want to
I
make
know
sure.
what you're talking about, yeah, for sure.
I just want to make sure we're
Especially if
good.
you put clothes on.
Yeah, especially, yeah, exactly. So it's a whole bunch of factors, but I'm excited. So we're gonna go get that win Saturday, but.
Definitely, for sure.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna call the interview. There's people coming in here, so thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, we hope you have a good rest of your night. We'll put you in the episode description, obviously, so just go check it out. It'll be episode 63. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Sounds
Thank
good,
you.
brother.
Thank you. Have a good night.
Yes, God bless.
So guys, as Jeter said, God bless you guys. Thank you so much for listening. Today was just a lot of questions, a lot of talking. Just
I
on
didn't
one.
talk that much,
Yeah, Alex
so.
barely talked. He was just biking the whole time. But yeah. So that was episode 63. Hope you all enjoyed. Thank you.
Well, we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.